So Love Island Games is upon us, but as Love Island Games arrives, so does a lot of the issues that comes with it. And this is definitely quite damning, guys. Hey guys, it's Murad Merali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Back at again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys. Oh, I like squirrels. If you haven't subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content, and let's get straight into this mess. This is basically what it is. But subscribe to the channel, guys. I would really appreciate it. Everyday content. Love Island Games has started off to significant controversy, this article is saying, as some of the stars have walked off set after being told they were not guaranteed airtime. Earlier this year, it was revealed an international spin-off was taking place and Maya Jama is hosting it. However, before cameras started rolling, several cast members were left extremely frustrated by the process that they decided to quit. Now spoken about the experience and have not held back. One of the main sticking points was a quarantine process, which saw contestants in a lockdown for 2 or 3 weeks. One cast member described the process as fucking hell, whilst another said they'd never experienced anything more unorganized and chaotic in their life. After quarantining for a few days, some contestants said they were told they wouldn't be started filming for another several weeks. Others were told they were in quarantine, that they wouldn't even be guaranteed to even be on the show. Following this, several contestants decided to ditch the series and fly back home because it wasn't worth waiting around for weeks on weeks for a bit of airtime. The rooms were nice, however, we just weren't allowed to leave, one islander said. They take you out once a day for a walk, swim or gym, and that is it. Some will still be in the hotels waiting and would have been there for more than 3 weeks. It's pretty fucked. While some names of the Australian contestants were leaked before the official announcement, 3 were nowhere to be seen when the final list was released. One included a male contestant who was begged by production to take part, but once arriving in Fiji and finding out he wasn't a starting contestant and would have to quarantine for up to a whole month, he decided to go home. He had already done a week of quarantine and didn't want to sit in a hotel room for another 2 or 3 weeks, locked away for a week or 2 of TV airtime when his brother is at home managing both of their workload and the business. He's not that desperate for TV. Meanwhile, one female contestant was dropped last minute after being approached by production, whilst the other female to now not be listed as part of the cast, either being a potential bombshell or cut altogether. So, you know, it seems that these islanders are speaking out, but obviously in an anonymous way because they're not giving names. Now, this particular islander who was begged to be part of it and, you know, perhaps didn't want to be part of it because of the quarantine, I think that could be Wes Nelson because he was definitely in the lineup. From my sources, he was definitely in Fiji as well. So it looks like he probably was one of the few ones that dropped out last minute because out of all of them, I don't think he needs it as much. I'm not really sure why he's there. When you are in isolation for 2 or 3 weeks, it is extremely damaging to your mental health. People don't realize it, but isolation is one of the worst things that can happen to your mental health when you are in isolation for a long period of time. Not a couple of days, I'm talking about weeks. It can really do a lot of damage to your mental health, especially if you're already predisposed to mental health illnesses such as psychosis, for example, or such as schizophrenia, example. You know, some people have a genetic predisposition to these mental illnesses in their family. So once you put them in these environments that can aid or enable some behaviors and symptoms of these illnesses, it's not healthy at all in any capacity. So that's my psych degree coming into this conversation, and that is why isolation is very dangerous. Don't treat me like a dog. I don't want to be in a hotel room for weeks and then I'm allowed to have an hour of time to go out the day to swim and then have to come back to my hotel room. I would absolutely lose it if it was me. I'm not in jail. I don't understand what's going on. It's not like we can even be, you know, roam around and do whatever the hell we want until we're called in. We have to just wait in isolation for a long time. So especially if you've already quarantined for a week, you are now being told you're not a starting contestant, you're coming in the last week of the show, therefore you're quarantining for 3 more weeks. Like, that is insane. That's wild. So a lot of these islanders anonymously are speaking out about it, and I feel like these islanders are the ones that quit, the ones that, you know, got dropped last minute, the ones that couldn't deal with it anymore, and perhaps the ones who are part of it. But from what I know of, that, you know, this is definitely true. They were suffering in there and it was very harsh conditions. So, and it was a chaotic mess behind the scenes to try to get this whole show together. So, hot mess, guys. I'm coming to review Love Island Games tonight, episode 1 and 2. I'm going to do it in separate videos. When it comes to here, I'm going to be also reviewing it on TikTok as well. But we got a whole month of Love Island to review and get into. And I've been waiting for this season because you guys will not be disappointed. Let's just keep it at that. It's going to be a great season of Love Island Games. I think that they, whilst chaotic behind the scenes, in front of the cameras, I think that this is going to be a great season for you guys to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that button. It is daily and consistent content, and I will catch you guys soon for another video.